Hey guys, what's up? It's Pressley, and welcome back to Cool Conversations. I am so excited for today's episode. We have a very special guest, Miss Haven.
Hello.
Welcome to the studio. We're
How
so
are you?
excited to have you. I am so good. How are you?
I'm so excited. This is so fun.
I am so happy that you're here. You are from Nashville, but
Yeah.
you're here in LA
I am.
for, 2 days.
Literally 2 days.
Quick in
I'm
and
like
out
in
trip.
and out. Yeah.
Well, I'm so happy you made the time to come and
Oh my
hang out
gosh.
with us.
Of course.
If you want to tell everyone a little bit about you and what you do before we get into it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm 19. I'm a musician. I've done it my whole life. I've been a songwriter. I wrote my first song when I was like 6.
Oh, wow.
And then I kind of got founded on American Idol when I was 16. Signed my first record deal and publishing deal when I was 17, and I've just been working ever since.
Wow, okay, so we have a lot to talk about.
There's a lot of
'cause
lore.
That is
Yeah.
crazy. Okay, so you said you've been singing your whole life.
Whole life.
Like literally straight from when
Like
you
out
could
of the
walk.
womb.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, but then when did you realize that this is something that you wanted to like pursue seriously and it wasn't just like a hobby?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like it's super fun to like romanticize being like a pop star, and like
Well,
Hannah
yeah.
Montana was like my crap.
Oh my gosh,
So
I'm
like
such a
don't
Hannah
get me going
Montana-
on all the stuff people are talking about online right now about some reunion. I'm
Hello,
gonna go insane.
I am freaking out. Hannah
We
Montana
have to go.
is my
Whatever's happening,
We
we're
are going because I have watched that show over and over again recently.
Oh yes,
Like
same.
it's a recent
it's
thing.
still good. It's still
so
relevant.
Good. Anytime I need a background show, it's Hannah Montana.
Same.
And don't even get me started on the movie.
My first
Hannah
crush.
Montana.
My first crush.
Me too.
Hot, gorgeous,
Literally,
everything.
Disney knew what they were doing with that one. It
Oh,
is
yeah.
my favorite movie.
And the songs. I could go on and on.
I could talk about this all day.
I'm glad we get this.
Like, you get me. Some
Yeah.
people don't get it, but I'm glad you do.
Oh no, I get it.
Okay, so that was like the inspo growing up.
Yeah, I
Got
like
it.
literally had like a pop up. So like my brother and I both do music,
Oh,
and
wow.
so in our playroom, instead of like toys, we asked our parents to put a stage in there. So
Stop.
he was playing drums and I was singing, and I had a little like pop up Hannah Montana tent next to the stage, and I would like get ready and pretend. Like
Are you
the fans
kidding
were cheering.
me?
Like I had no fighting chance at being anything else. But
Got you.
yeah, it was like consuming my life. It was consuming my dreams, my just everything anybody told me. I was like, I bet I could make a song about that. And all the songs sucked, but like I loved making them.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, my dad did it. I watched him on stage, and there was just this adrenaline and this passion in me that I really couldn't ignore.
That's amazing. I love that it like runs in the family.
Yeah.
I can't believe your brother and you said your dad?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's
that's
very my mom
amazing.
keeps the peace.
Okay. Just like one.
Yeah, she went to college for clogging. So she's a little
For-
left field.
wait.
Oh yeah.
For
So your
clogging?
dance background, you're going to get it.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Isn't that wicked?
I've never heard anybody say
Yeah.
that they've. Okay.
And then she like tried to put me in tap when I was younger, and it wasn't happening.
That wasn't the thing. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's amazing. So you said you wrote your first song when you were 6.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, when did you release your first?
I released my first song when I was 13.
Wow. Okay. So before American Idol.
Yeah, when I got to American Idol, I had independently released, I think, 11 or 12 songs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just because I loved it, and obviously my whole family did it, and we just had so much fun. Like, it was never like, it wasn't like I was trying to make it at like 13.
Right. It was just
like,
something
I
that you
love
loved.
this. Mhm.
I love that so much, actually. Okay. Now going into American Idol.
Yeah.
What was the casting like experience like? Like how was it like
Yeah.
before you even got on the show? Because I'm assuming it was a very long process.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting, and I think it was maybe a little bit different for me too, because I was a minor. So like
Yes,
because
yes.
of like dance moms, like you have to be put in a separate room, and you
It's
have a
very-
tutor,
yeah.
and it's very different. So I got scouted, so I had gotten an email like saying like, hey, come audition, and I was like, that's a scam, not happening. Ignored it for 2 months, and then somebody commented on my Instagram, and she was like, hey, I sent you an email, which sounds like a scam, does it not?
Yes.
Whatever. And I was like, sure, I'll do a phone call. And I did a phone call, and she was like, okay, let's do a Zoom audition for the producers. And I was like, okay. I faked being
Yeah.
sick because I didn't want anybody to know,
Stop.
because I was like, if this is a scam, this is pathetic. And I did the Zoom audition, and it was like, it was literally on Zoom, and they put you in breakout rooms. So
Oh.
you would just like stare at other people doing their vocal warm-ups while you waited, and it was really awkward.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then they were like, we're sending you to Vegas to audition for Katie, Luke, and Lionel. And I did not get my flight information until 2 days before. So until I saw the Idol signs, I kind of thought I was going to get murdered.
Stop.
Yeah.
Very
It's
fair.
given.
Well, because that does seem like a scam.
Well, yeah,
If somebody,
a
I
little
think,
sketchy.
just commented on my post, I don't think I would believe it
Right, you
either.
wouldn't take it up. I was like, okay. I definitely, I'm a huge person of faith, and I do feel like it was a God thing. Like, he just kept shoving little things in my face. And I was like,
Yes.
I guess I'll do it. I guess
Yeah.
I'll try. And I thought I was going to get cut on the Zoom. So I just was so not expecting what ended up happening.
That's amazing. And then what was like the experience of the whole show like for you? Because that's such like I'm assuming, insane experience and everything.
It happens really fast. And I was obviously 16. So I feel like 16, you know, is a hard enough age of trying to figure yourself out.
I was gonna say,
I like had my first boyfriend at the time, and you know how that goes. And it was a hard time. I think I'm really blessed to have been around some amazing people, and like the other minors on the show I'm still really close with, and one of my best friends, Paige Ann, like we still talk all the time, and we joke that we're like trauma bonded from the show.
Oh, for sure.
You get it.
Yeah.
But no, it was a great experience. It's kind of like a music boot camp. Like they're going to put you through the ringer and you're going to go really fast. But I think I had a great foundation and good family and strong faith, and I feel like I owe a lot of it to that.
That's amazing. That's actually so awesome. And I just love hearing like you talk about your support system, because that's also how I've always been, is like I was 12 when I went on Dance Mom. So it was like so young, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be here.
Right. And the reality of the internet too when you're young is wicked.
It's insane, and none of that really hit until after we finished filming, and then it was just like the reality of being on social media at such a young age, and like being in the public eye it can be so hard. So like, other than your family and your friends, like what is something that's really helped you like stay grounded in that whole experience and everything?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I think I mean, my parents have been such a good support system for me. And one of the huge things I talk about all the time that my mom has always told me is you have a 1 inch by 1 inch square. The people whose opinions really you should consider and should really affect you can fit in that square. So it's a very limited space.
Oh, wow.
And so, like, she was always so good about, you know, if I you know, you lose friends when you do this. Like, I would lose friends or lose people that I thought I wasn't going to lose, and she would constantly have to remind me, like, they're not in your square. You have to keep moving, you know? Yeah. And I feel like that's a huge part to remember, is like people are going to come and go and so much is going to change, but knowing like who are the people that I really, really need their opinion, and I trust their opinion.
Yeah. Wow, I was like, wait.
She's a queen.
That's amazing advice. My mom is like my best friend, and like through all of this, she's always been like the person I go to for literally anything. Yeah. And very similarly, she's always just like, if you wouldn't go to somebody for advice, like don't take their opinion, because like it doesn't matter anyways. Yes. And I think obviously being on social media, you hear a lot of different opinions about who you are and who you should be. So I think that like having a support system that constantly reminds you that really doesn't matter
for sure
is so important. Okay, moving on to something a little exciting. I hear you have a new single coming out.
Oh yes,
September 12th.
Yeah, period. You ate.
Yeah, I knew.
You ate.
I knew.
Yeah, I've been working on a lot of songs. I write songs when the wind blows, so it's kind of hard trying to pick which ones go where. But I wrote this one only a few months ago, and it's been like one of my favorites. I really love it, and sometimes I don't know how I feel until I'm in the studio, and I'm sure you get it. It just like all of a sudden comes out.
Yes.
And it was one of those songs where after I wrote it, I was like, oh, that's why this hurts. Like, oh, that's why I feel this way.
Yeah.
It's just one of my favorites. I'm really excited about it.
I love that. Can you tell us the title?
Yes, just for you. It's called Shapeshifter.
Oh, Shapeshifter. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Yeah, it's about that first love, you know, that haunts you. Yeah. It happens.
Yeah, it happens to all of us.
Yeah.
But I so agree that like writing and being in the studio is like free therapy. Like I feel like it really helps you understand who you are, and just like it helps you with all those feelings that you just like don't know how to cope with.
It just like processes it for you in a way.
It's honestly amazing. There's nothing like it. I'm so excited to hear it. And then I also hear you're going on tour.
Bro, yes.
Okay, so have you been on? Is this your first?
No, this is my third technically.
Oh wow.
Since getting signed. Yeah, it's fun. It's, you know, pop music it's really hard to break through the ice, and it's really hard to stand apart. And so I think one of the huge pieces of it is getting the reps of going out and playing shows. So it's 27 or 28 shows. So it's a whole run. I'll be gone for a month in a van, like doing the damn thing.
That's so fun though. That's like what I'm assuming when you were younger, like what you pictured yourself doing.
Oh,
so, like, getting to like make that like come true is amazing.
It's so fun. And it's just also, it's really cool, you know, getting to play like unreleased stuff too. Like you kind of can feel what the audience feels. Like honestly, my last tour in the fall was how I decided on releasing Castle, which is the song that ended up going to radio for me. Just like seeing people's reactions it's super helpful.
That's amazing. I'm so excited for you. That's gonna be so much fun. Okay, so what was your favorite thing about tour last time that you're excited for this time?
Oh my gosh. It's really funny because like sometimes you're like really roughing it. Like I do remember last time on tour I woke up, and you're also touring generally with a lot of men who don't smell good, but that's anyway.
That's besides the point.
Yeah. And I remember waking up on the bus and I came out and walked out, and in the middle of a pile of beer cans was a Philly cheesesteak on the ground. And it was like that moment where I was like, this is disgusting, but also like, these are the good old days. You know what I mean?
Like the memories that stick.
Yeah. So I think I'm just excited for the random stuff that like almost kind of sucks in the moment, but it's like you just have to laugh about it.
Yeah.
It's like those stories, and you know, my dad having done music, like one of my favorite things is having, you know, a family night and we just start talking about all the memories on the bus, because it is truly, it's so fun.
That's so amazing. I am so excited for you, and I'm so excited to see everything and hear your new song.
Hey, thank you.
Cannot wait. Okay, but when it comes to the industry, and especially the music industry, I feel like it comes with a lot of, like, faking until you, like, make it.
Absolutely.
I was like, do you agree, or is this just, like, a me thing? But, like, I think that you have to fake it a lot of the times, and especially fake the confidence. So, like, what's something that you've, like, kind of learned over, like, the past, like, years that have really helped you, like, step into your confidence and maybe not be faking it as much anymore and, like, really turn it into a reality?
Yeah, I joke about this, but I do feel like it's really important since really stepping into this. Like, there's cameras in your face a lot, and I think you can't have, like, a favorite side of your face or, like, have a certain angle. Like, that's not really an option. And, you know, it's, like, constantly photos of your body, too, and sometimes you don't. I remember it was really hard for me last tour, like, seeing certain photos, and I would be like, why does my stomach look like that? Or why do my arms look like that? And I said that one time in front of one of my friends, and she clocked it. She was like, you were literally singing a song. Like, you were doing your job. Like, that, it's not fair, you know, to judge yourself on those little itty bitty things, because it's like you're standing in front of a crowd, you're daring to be seen. So I think one of the huge things is giving yourself credit. And my first tattoo, actually, I got when I was 16 on Idol.
Oh my God.
It's Daring Greatly. And it's from the Man in the Arena speech. And essentially the whole thing is like, it's better to be the one who is trying, because at worst, you know, if you fail, you at least fail while daring greatly. And you're not one of those people who doesn't know victory or defeat because they were too afraid to try. Wow. And I think that's just a huge mantra for me. Like, so what if I sing wrong one day, or if I look weird one day? Like, I'm out there trying. And that's the point.
I love that. And that's so inspiring, because I feel like a lot of people have such big dreams and so many things that they want to do, but they're so scared to just try it because they're so scared of what other people think. And I just think that I've honestly, like, growing up, I was never, like, the most confident person. And my mom always, like, instilled in my brain, she's like, gotta fake it till you make it. Like, you don't, like, just have confidence. Like, you literally get it by faking it. And then one day it will be real. So I think it's just, like, important to note that, like, even the people that are out there doing this are also feeling that way.
Absolutely. I mean, even, like, as a person with anxiety, too, like, I'm so unafraid. I mean, there's been multiple cases where I'm on stage singing, and I'm like, I'm anxious as hell right now. Like, I just be honest with people. I also think we're in, you know, it's 2025. We're in, like, an era where people want humanness. They can smell BS. So just being real about it, too. Like, especially on social media, I get so sick and tired of, like, trying to get the perfect lighting and doing my hair and makeup, and just, it's, like, too much sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, I wrote this song and I feel this way. You know?
I literally was talking about this yesterday. I was like, I think that right now, like, everybody's trying so hard to, like, be so, I hate to use the word performative because it's like, whatever, but it is. Like, everybody's putting on, like, this front of, like, nobody gets up and gets, okay, maybe not. I don't get up and put on my makeup and get dressed right away every single day. I'm in sweats. My hair's a disaster. And I'm like, I feel like people appreciate that so much more on social media than this, like, fakeness. I don't know.
Agree.
It's just, like, it's so frustrating being in the time, but I love that you're so open about it. So what is, like, it looked like with you on social media and, like, dealing with, like, the comparisons? 'Cause I'm sure that's, like, a huge thing. It's been a huge thing for me. So, like, how do you kind of cope with that? And also, you're only 19. So it's, like, it's also a crazy time in your life just in general. So.
I actually just read a book. It's called It's All in Your Head by Russ, who's like a humongous like independent artist. And he had this, whole page about this. And I was like, this is how I feel. It was basically saying I've never met a confident and successful person who is threatened or offended by somebody else's confidence or success. Which is like a bar.
Yeah, I'm
you
like,
know what I mean? Because it's
whoa.
like, so many times people are so judgmental and so aggressive. But it's like, it's the same thing as like I've never met a fit person who's judging you for getting in the gym, or a rich person who's judging your business idea.
Yeah.
It's the people who are literally too afraid to try. And that's been a huge thing in my life and in social media too, because like hate comments exist and I get them a lot. Yes. But it's just like, what are you doing? You're sitting on your couch commenting. You're not chasing your dreams. I'm sure it's hard for you to see me chasing mine.
Yeah.
So that's a huge part of it. And also just like, I feel super grateful to like have, my core group of fans, and they want to see what's real. And I have so many different group chats with them. We're on a Discord together, like, and I'll just like send them photos. I'm like, this is what I'm up to. Like, how are you guys feeling? Or they'll text me and be like, I'm going through a friendship breakup. And all of a sudden everybody's giving them like advice. And I'm just like, nobody's perfect. I'm so confused on why we pretend to be when it's proof that literally none of us can be.
Yeah.
Why? It's a waste of time.
It's so weird, and it's just like everybody knows that maybe not everybody knows, because it's like people really do think that these people have these like perfect lives, and it's so frustrating and so hard. That's why like I wanted to create this podcast to like talk about this, because I definitely have like a young fan base as well, that I feel like this like new generation is kind of like seeing everybody be so perfect and like these beauty standards, which I know have always been a thing, but I feel like it's kind of gotten like
it's insane because of social media. Yeah,
it's insane. So I'm just curious, like what does your life look like outside of social media, and like the parts that you don't share? And like obviously outside of doing music, you're just like a normal person. So like what does like a normal day in your life like look like?
I mean, I don't have a whole lot of days that aren't working at this point. It's like I'm always in the studio or doing something, but I don't know if I'm very extroverted. Like it was weird to me the first time I came to LA, because I was like 16 and I was like, I want to be friends with everybody, and not everybody wanted to be friends with me, and I was like, oh,
got it.
And I don't know, sometimes I feel like I'm a little ballsy sometimes. Like I'll just DM people and be like, let's be friends, and like, who is this kid? But
honestly,
I think
though, I love that.
It's fun. I'm like, why? I don't whatever, I don't understand. I'm like, let's just kiki. But I think a normal day for me is hanging out with my friends. Like I just love being around people. Like I can recharge with other people there. I'm not very introverted at all. I love working out, going to like Pilates classes, and like that fun moment where you're with your friend and you look at each other and you're like, why'd we do this?
Yeah, and you're
love
like struggling
moment.
in a plank, and you start laughing, and
yes,
so
bro,
much
no,
worse, and you like fall.
I can't. Yes, falling off the reformer,
biggest
canon event. Had it, done it, been there. It was great. It was awesome. But yeah, I love that, and being around my family. I'm really obsessed with my dog. Like it's probably a little unhealthy how much I love her. So being with her.
That's amazing. And then obviously you've been in this world for a while, and I'm sure friends have come and go, and I think that that's something that we all deal with. But like being in this industry, it's hard to find real friends for sure.
Absolutely.
So like, what would be advice that you would give to someone that's kind of dealing with having a hard time making friends, or that's kind of in like that transition phase where you're growing out of your friends and trying to make new ones?
I feel like the first thing I would say to somebody going through that is like, I'm sorry, and I get it, because it really is. There's not even necessarily a friendship breakup, just losing a friend, whether it's growing apart or it's something dramatic. Like you don't ever think when you make friends with somebody that there's a possibility of the friendship ending. Yeah. Whereas when you're dating somebody, you know that there is that chance. Right. But with friends, you don't ever think that. No. So I know that just how hard and painful it can be. But I think one of my favorite quotes is like, there's so many people you haven't met yet that are going to love you, and you're going to love them. Mm-hmm. So I think just holding on to that hope, and another, I like love quotes. Hello. Another quote is by Nelson Mandela, and he says, let your choices reflect your hopes and not your fears. And it's like, don't stay timid and stay in a group or a friend group that you know isn't healthy for you because you're afraid of not having anybody. Like do leave because you have hope that there are other people. Right. And also the world is so big. Like go see it. If you're dealing to every camera, if you are dealing with a friendship breakup in your hometown, I promise you there's so much more outside that town. Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, so I didn't grow up in LA, and I was from like a small town, New Jersey, and I was like, I was having like the worst time making friends. Like I was in school, and it was like a weird.
It's hard.
But when I came here, I was like, oh wow, there's so many other people.
Yep.
and so many other opportunities. And I think that, like, yeah, that's so true. Like, there's so many people, and, like, the right people will come into your life and stay, and then, like, the people that leave, like, at least you'll, like, learn something from it. And, like,
exactly.
every friend that I've lost, I've learned something from that friendship that I've, like, maybe changed in, like, a similar friendship. So I think, like, taking everything as, like, a learning lesson instead of, like, a loss is, like, so important.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, going back to the faking it thing, what was, like, a moment that you've had, I'm sure you've had it, I feel like we all have, where you're like, I have no clue what I'm doing, but I'm going to do it anyways?
There's been a lot of moments. Honestly, okay, I will say, I have always loved acting. I grew up as a theater kid.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
I love
it's
that.
Like, you know, I can probably recite everything from Hamilton. It's bad. So grew up theater kid, grew up, like, really hyper fixated on the idea of, like, being an actor. I thought it was really cool. And I signed with management for acting early this year.
Oh, awesome.
So, like, getting into it and doing, like, self-tapes. Like, I would be doing something and I'm like, I'm acting to thin air right now and I feel so stupid. So, like, that took me a minute. But then my first callback, I had my first in-person callback in LA not that long ago, like a month ago. And I was like, what am I doing? I was so scared. Everybody was, like, beautiful. And, like, I'm, like, recognizing people from my favorite shows. And I was like, oh, my God.
I would literally
like,
throw up.
I was like, okay, I got to be nonchalant about this. Like a literal girl from Stranger Things, Priya Ferguson, was next to me. And I was like, I really want to ask her about the next season. But, like, shut up. Like, I was, like, trying to be nonchalant. And it was so hard. But it was a great experience. And it was like the first part was dancing.
Oh.
Which, like, I love dancing. I've always loved dancing, but, like, I'm not, like, a dancer. Right. So I was, like, scared of that. And it was also, you know, like, a choreographer teaching that I know exactly who they are. So I was like, you gotta be chill. And then, and then the next part was singing, which I was like, okay, I can do this. This is my jam. And then the next part was reading. I didn't even know what that was going to be. Like, I walked in the room and I was like, oh, like, they're putting a mic. I'm standing in front of camera. Oh, cool. Like, I did not know what was going on. So that was one of the biggest moments where I was, like, pretending like I knew what was happening. But I was like, I would lean over to somebody and be like, what are we doing? When I signed in, it was at Live Nation. I walk into Live Nation. I signed in. She gives me a name tag. And then she's like, have fun. And I literally am holding my guitar. I was like, I've never done this before. Like, where do I go? And she was like, oh, over there. I was like, sorry.
No, but, like, the realness is so appreciated. Like, honestly, there's been so many times where I've gone to, like, events, like, by myself.
Yes.
Or, like, literally, I remember, I don't remember where I was, but I remember going to the bathroom when I was at this event by myself because I was like, where else do I go? Like, I'm literally going to go hide in the bathroom.
Yep.
And there was this other girl in there, and I could tell she was doing the same thing.
Yep.
So I was like, I really like your shirt.
Yes. That's where, like, I that's another thing. I went to the Next Gen Grammy party, like, right after I had signed. And I was, like, again, trying to be nonchalant, but, like, my favorite singer walks by. Every Disney boy I've ever had a crush on walks by. And I was, like, I was so mega confused, but that I'm still very extroverted. So I was, like, going up to everybody, and I was like, I love what you do. Like, can we get a picture? And everybody was like, who is this kid? But the bathroom is a safe space.
That's a safe space. And the girls. The girls, they get it. And I literally was like, I like your shirt. And then I started talking with her, and we hung out the whole time. So I think, like, that's always my icebreaker, though. I'm like, I love your outfit.
A compliment every time. But I will never say a compliment if I don't mean it, for sure. But, like, especially at events like that, like, everybody's stepping. The fashion's crazy. Yeah. Everybody's stunning. Yeah. It's a little terrifying.
It's definitely intimidating. Like, stepping into those spaces. I remember I went to the Billboard Women in Music this year, and I was like, I was like, oh my God, I'm literally gonna throw up. I was like, I'm literally gonna throw up. I was on the carpet, and I look over, and it's like Victoria Monet, and I'm like, oh,
that part,
cool,
that part.
So I just forgot how to smile for a second because I'm literally so nervous. But, like,
been there.
Then you also have to realize, like, I'm so grateful to, like, be here in general, and, like, you are there for a reason too. I think is, like, a huge thing that, like, imposter syndrome is so real, and, like, getting, like, stepping out of that and just realizing, like, you're also here for a reason is so huge. So, like, what is something you kind of do in your, like, has there ever been, like, a moment like that for you where you're kind of, like,
all the time? How
have you, okay, me, like, not knowing how to ask a question, but, like, I feel like you kind of understand what I'm saying. Like, how have you kind of stepped into your own and realized that, like, you also deserve a place to be in these rooms and everything? Yeah,
I feel like, honestly, for me, one of the hardest things is, like, I'm from Nashville. I'm not from LA, and, like, I am not there's not a single nonchalant, like, bone in my body. It's pitiful. And I'm not mysterious. I wish I was.
No, me neither.
I'm not. I will overshare. If I think you look nice, I'll tell you my entire life story. But I think one of the hard things for me is, like, especially first times coming to LA, is, like, I do not have nearly as many followers as these people. I don't have nearly as much recognition. They don't know who I am. They don't care who I am. And, like, that imposter syndrome hits so heavy, still to this day.
For sure.
But I think one of the things that helps me counteract it is, like, I know my work ethic, and I really respect myself for that. I think everything is so subjective. Like, anybody could argue who the greatest singer is or who the greatest writer is. But I think you could really level out who the hardest worker is. And that's something I've always strived to do, is, like, be recognized as somebody who works really hard. And that's something I've done my whole life, and especially since signing, is I've told my team over and over again, like, I will put in the work. If you put me in the room, I will show up, and I will give you everything. And I feel like that's what helps me, is like, no, I deserve to be here. I worked hard to get here.
Yeah.
I wrote the songs to get me here. Like, I did the audition that brought me back here. Yeah. So I feel like just my work ethic is what helps me, like, okay, you deserve to be here.
That's so, honestly, so huge. That's something my mom told me growing up. She was like, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So, like, it doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, like, working hard in your work ethic will go farther than literally anything else.
Absolutely.
So I think, like, recognizing that is so huge, because I think that people also realize, like, people don't realize on social media that, like, there's so much work that goes into it, and, like, you may think that, like, all these things are just happening to all these people just because they're, like, lucky.
Yes.
But half the time, like, all of the work isn't really shown. So I think that, like, talking about that and, like, letting people know that, like, hey, this stuff like this doesn't happen overnight. Like, obviously, you've been doing music your whole life to get to where you are.
Yeah, I mean, even, like, one of the huge things for me this year is my song Castle is the one that went to top 40 pop, and it was just unbelievable that it did that. But what was so special about that to me is the entire hook of that song is a riff. And when I was on Idol, I remember being like, I feel like I'm the worst singer here. And I was like, remember listening to people riffing, and I was like, I can't do that. And it made me so mad that for the 2 years following, I literally devoted like at least 30 minutes a day, people riffing on YouTube, and I would pause, play, and teach myself until I could do it.
I love that.
So it was like that moment for me this summer of, like, not only, am I making steps in the industry, but, like, I did it with a song that me 2 years ago could not have even imagined she could sing.
It's amazing.
Which I think, not to be a Swiftie, but I've never been a natural. All I do is try. Like, I feel that, and I just really respect people. I don't know. I just really respect people who not only have the passion but have the work ethic behind it.
You need both. Like, you can, like, I think passion and hard work goes hand in hand, because when you're passionate about something, you'll work towards it till you get it. But
absolutely.
Like, honestly, nothing comes to you without working hard. So I think that is so important to know.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously your song Castle has been so huge. What's been, like, another moment for you that really has been like oh shoot, like, this is, like, real, and, like, I'm kind of not like what's been your, like, I made it moment?
Oh my gosh. There's been a few really cool ones, I will say. I had a show in New York City with I was, like, standing on stage next to Alicia Cara, and I, like, went and saw her in concert when I was, like, 8 years old. Yeah. And she, like, started singing, like, Here, and I was, like, in the corner, like, oh my God, like, this is my song. Again, I'm not nonchalant. So that was a great moment. And then that same show, at the end of the show, all the artists went out to, like, do a little bow, whatever, and Gwen Stefani grabbed my hand. Oh. And there's a picture of me next to Gwen Stefani, and oh my God, my grandma was there too. She was flipping out. It was great. That was a great moment for me. And then also when Castle went to radio and seeing it on the charts, like, it was, like, next to Sabrina Carpenter and Role Model one week. It was, like, next to Rihanna and Big X The Plug one week. I was like, these are my people. Like, I'm a nerd. I don't know. I think all of it is so cool, and I'm just so grateful that it is my job.
No, I love that. And being grateful and, like, being excited about literally everything is so important. Because it's, like, no matter how big and successful you get, you have to appreciate every little milestone.
Yeah, because it'll pass you so fast.
Exactly. And I think that, like, I've been trying to be so much better about, like, being in the moment, because I get so excited about the future, because I have so many big, like, dreams and things that I want. And
I feel that.
I think I forget that, like, where I am right now is also so amazing. And, like,
absolutely,
a year ago, I would be, like, so excited that I'm right here.
Yes.
So what's something that you do to kind of, like, keep you present and help you, like, be grateful for what's going on right now and not worry about the future, like, future things?
I mean, I have something that helps me, but it also hurts me. I'm a huge goal person, so I have, like, a very long bucket list on my phone. with everything on it. Like there's like Kelly Clarkson cover one of my songs and sing it better than I do. And then there's find a man I actually like that actually likes me. Like there's, you know, covers everything.
Right.
But I do love that because kind of like what you said, like I'll get to look back at it after like a long work period and be like, oh my God, I get to check all of this off. And it's, you know, standing in blessings that I prayed for a year ago and constantly journaling that just in my prayer life and, you know, being just full of gratitude. And my parents will clock my tea if I'm not grateful. So love them for that. But yeah, but the, you know, the downside of the bucket list is while I'm checking things off, I'm like, ooh, I should do that. Ooh, I should get that done. Yeah. And I'm like, let's breathe. Let's chill.
Me too. I did that at the beginning of the year. I made like a little bingo card.
Yep.
And I was like checking something off. I was like, oh, period, I got my license.
Hey,
like,
hey,
and then
okay.
it's like next to like something else. I'm like, ooh, okay, maybe I shouldn't be too excited because like I didn't do that.
There's things to do.
But I think, yeah, I'm the same way where I make my goals, but then I'm like, I also get caught up in the fact that like we're working on it.
We're gonna get there.
We're getting there. Okay, has there ever been a moment where you're kind of like, where you realize that faking it has really gotten you to a place that you wanted to be, and like faking it even when you didn't know what was going on gave you an opportunity that you weren't expecting, if that makes sense?
Let me ponder. I mean, there's definitely moments. There's definitely been moments. Oh my gosh. I mean, truly, most of Idol, I was like, right before I walked on stage, I was like, you know, my mom's like, good luck. I'm like, thanks, I'm gonna get cut. Like, I just really sold myself short on that. So I think, like, those were moments on stage where I looked confident, and sang a little too confidently when I should have chilled a bit. I can't watch those videos back. It's pitiful. But
I got you.
Those moments, I think, have been super helpful because, like, my confidence and my, like, people could just tell that I knew who I was. And, yeah, I did know who I was, but I was still scared and I was still timid. But that's what got me signed, you know. Like, people could tell from afar, but it was definitely, like, the whole time I was blacking out. I could not remember what happened. I was trying to not lock my knees because I didn't want to pass out. You know, I remember singing next to Katy Perry and I was like, please don't throw up. Like, yeah.
That's a crazy experience. I think I probably would also black out.
Like, I still do. Like, when I have big performances, everybody's like, how was it? I'm like, I don't know.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one because literally anytime I'm doing something, like, important,
my
mom's like, oh, so, like, how? I'm like,
gone. I got nothing.
I was like, I don't remember.
Yes.
Like, it literally is gone.
It's the weirdest. I'm so glad you feel that way because sometimes I tell people that and they're like, are you okay?
Yeah.
I'm like,
me too.
Probably not. I don't know.
Yeah. It literally goes like this and then I'm like, hey, so what
just happened? I have to ask people, I'm like, hey, so was that good?
Me.
Because I don't know.
Literally me.
Yeah.
I remember when I did my first ever live performance in November.
Period.
First of all, I thought I was going to throw up.
Yeah.
Like, I
Pitch
was
Perfect
fine.
style.
All day, I was fine. I was like, it's great.
And then as soon as you walk out, it's like
2 minutes before I was like, I can't go. I was like, I literally cannot go.
Been there.
And then all of a sudden it was over and I was like, oh wait.
Yeah. It's the weirdest thing.
So
the adrenaline's weird
strange.
too.
But I kind of like love it. Like I love like the feeling. Okay, I don't like it in the moment and then after I'm like, wait, that was kind of fun. I'm like, let's do it again.
Yeah.
What's been your favorite performance that you've done so far? Has there been like any?
Oh my gosh. Wow, I don't know. There's been some that I'm really proud of. The same show in New York City, I will say, I got food poisoning the day before. Before this, we were talking about me throwing up on some stiletto heels. It was a good moment for me.
Oh, that was that.
That was that.
Oh, got it.
Oh, yes. But it ended up being, like, I think I was just so determined to prove something, and a bunch of stuff had just shifted in my team, and I really just wanted to prove to people, like, I'm deserving of your time.
Yeah.
And I don't know what Holy Spirit of singing overtook me, but it was one of the best times I ever sang my song Castle. And which was crazy because if I stood up during that performance, I would have hit the ground because I was so weak. I hadn't eaten in like 48 hours. Yeah, it was a good moment for me. But that was faking it till I make it.
There you go. Yeah. And it turned out being like one of your favorites. So honestly, I think that like, turning like a scary moment into something so like amazing and beautiful is so awesome.
I mean, it's like what you have to do. Like you have to be able to see the good in it and laugh about it. And the same with like when you have a horrible show. Like I'm sure you've experienced certain things where like you go to like sing something or hit something and you're like, that was not it. But like you have to be able to laugh about it. Yeah. And I think normalizing it and kind of like I love Vincent Boone for like he makes fun of himself before anybody else can. And I'm like, you take the power. You take that power.
Yeah, honestly, you kind of have to. Because
you have to.
again, being in the public eye, it's inevitable.
Oh, yeah.
That people are going to have something to say.
Oh, yeah.
So just, like, embracing it. And honestly, it used to be so hard for me because obviously I was, like, 13.
Young.
And I was like, oh, my God, like, I hate it. Like,
people are mean.
But now I'm like, okay, it literally does not matter. Like, it does not matter. But, and yeah, I think, like, social media has been a crazy thing, like, growing up, like, in this time.
Yeah.
And, like, comparison is so huge and, like,
it's
everything.
Hard.
And it's crazy. So I think, like, seeing the good in everything is so huge. And I love that that's what you say. So what would you, like, tell someone that was, like, listening that is, like, struggling with kind of feeling like they need to have it all together?
Oh, my gosh. You do not. I have never met anybody with it all together. Especially since, like, really being in this world and meeting, you know, like, weirdly, Lainey Wilson has kind of become, like, a mentor to me.
I love that.
And she is truly, watching her perform live is one of the most unbelievable things I've ever seen. And her voice is just unbelievable, and she can really play guitar. She is, like, I just have so much respect for her, but, like, even being able to talk to her and being like, I'm going through this, like, I don't know what's happening. And she's like, the same thing happened to me. And I don't know, I just think it's really important, like, these people that you see online who look like they have it all together do not at all. You know, there's moments where I look like I have my life together, and I probably had a panic attack 30 minutes before. So just, you know, understand the reality that nobody has it all together, but also you need to take pressure off of yourself, especially because I'm sure anybody who feels this way, you're young. Like, I struggle all the time because I'm like, I'm running out of time. And then my mom's like, you're 19. And I'm like, yeah, I should probably chill. So I think just, you know, trusting that what's meant for you won't pass you by, and you don't have to have it all figured out, because if I were to erase all the mistakes I'd ever made, I'd also erase myself. I mean, that's what makes me. So you're going to mess up, laugh about it, learn from it, and carry on. Yeah,
I love that. Honestly, what you said about erasing your mistake, that's so huge, because I think that, like, people, I don't know, I'm a type of person, I'm the same. I don't regret anything that I've ever done in my life, because it's brought me to where I am. But I think so many people get caught in, like, the feeling of needing to be perfect and, like, wanting to, like, erase everything. So I think that, like, embracing your mistakes and the imperfectness of your life is so huge.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you were perfect and you changed every little thing about yourself to make you perfect, would you be you anymore?
No.
I wouldn't. If I changed everything I'd ever thought about my body or my face or my personality, I would be a completely different human being.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just think, you know, everything happens for a reason. You are right where you're supposed to be, because you can't be anywhere else.
Yeah. It's honestly so huge, and I think, like, embracing who you are is, like, something that everybody needs to do. Again, with social media, you get so caught up in, like, being like other people and, like, wanting to be like someone else, and you lose all the things that, like, make you you. So, like, what's something that you try and do to help embrace who you are rather than, like, who other people want you to be?
Yeah, I mean, I think especially because of, like, I'm sure you get this because of what we do. I joke all the time that I pay people to tell me when I suck, because that's so many people on my team. Like, their job is to be like, you need to tweak that. You need to change this. Yeah. So I think just one of the important things, again, going back to that, like, 1-inch square, like, you need to have your people that you really, really trust, because they'll tell you, you know, they'll clock your tea and be like, girl, you need to fix this. But also, you know that they're doing it in a loving way, and not out of jealousy, not out of fear of what you could become, out of complete and utter belief of who you are and what you will be. Yeah. So I definitely think surrounding yourself, or at least for me, like, surrounding myself with people I genuinely trust, so I never have to question their intention behind anything. Yeah, huge. And then also just, like, gosh, I mean, I don't know, just, I don't know, believing that you are right where you're supposed to be, and everything is going to evolve and change as you go, and it's just a part of the process. Like, I wrote a song one time called Life Sucks, because life does suck, but it's awesome, but it sucks. And you just kind of have to accept that, like, some things are going to suck. And I don't know, I'm reading another book, whatever. I read another book just about, this is going to sound so stupid, how there's nothing good or bad, it just is. Yeah. And that's been a big thing for me. Like, even something as insignificant as, like, my tummy hurts, I'm like, this isn't bad, it just is. And it kind of helps. Yeah, it's weird. Like, wait, that kind of... It's funky. Makes sense. It's a little hippie, but the hippier the happier. But it does make sense.
Yeah. I was just thinking about that. I was like,
isn't that weird?
Being stuck in traffic this morning and being so annoyed.
Yep.
Like, it just.
But is it bad?
No, it just, like, is what it is.
And who decided what was bad? this is getting weird, but like,
no, but that's so true.
Do you know what you know when people are like, oh, like that, you know, that tastes bad? Who decided? Because what if your taste buds were reversed when you were made? You get what I'm saying? I think about like, this shit. It's wicked.
Look, it's kind of like, okay, this is so stupid, but have you heard of like the cilantro gene?
No, wait, I need to hear about this. Okay. Cilantro
this is so
gene.
Stupid. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Basically, it's like a gene. Okay, I'm gonna sound. This is probably not right.
This is a safe space.
Okay, I don't know anything about this, but I'm pretty sure there's like a cilantro gene where either it tastes really good, or it tastes like soap.
Wait, guys, I thought you were talking about pants. And I was like, cilantro genes?
No, like the gene in like your body.
The gene in your body, yes. My mom has that. It tastes like soap to her.
It tastes like soap for me.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, she's like, she will not touch cilantro. And I'm like, oh, girl, it tastes good.
See, this is kind of like
it's that thing, though. In life.
Yeah. It just is what it is. Some people like it, some people don't.
Yeah, it's weird.
Same thing with cilantro, same thing with you. Some people will like you and some people won't, and that's fine.
Very true.
And you just have to find your people, you know? Obviously, you're huge on friends and family is what I'm gathering from
very much so.
All of this. Do you think that, obviously the answer is yes, but like how important do you think it is to have a good support system in just like everyday life too? Like not even being in this industry, do you think it's important to have like a strong, the answer is yes. So.
Yeah, no, I mean the answer is yes, but I think kind of going off of that, like not everybody, you know, you can't change the cards you were given. So I understand that some people listening, like you didn't grow up with a big support system. Yeah. And I think something huge of that is like to find one, like to create yourself one. And then in order to create yourself a good support system, you need to be somebody who's supporting other people that way. Like so I am not deserving of these amazing friends I have, but it's because I support them the same way back. So I think obviously family, it's super important, but if that's not a huge piece of your life, like you just be the person that you want in your life to somebody else and trust that those people are going to gravitate towards you. I mean, people can read energy. They're going to gravitate towards what they want in their lives and they're going to adjust and change to match that energy.
Yeah, I agree. I'm very huge on like, I want to be the person that I want to, like the friends that I want to attract. I want to be that person as well because it's the stupid thing that we've heard since we were like in first grade where it's like treat others
how you want to be treated.
Yeah. But it's so true.
It is. It's very true.
The way that you treat other people is what you're going to receive.
It's what you bring back.
And if you don't receive it back, then those aren't your people.
That part. If it's not reciprocated, I mean, obviously understand that sometimes people go through things, but if you are clapping wholeheartedly for somebody behind their back, but they're talking behind yours, let's get out of that.
Yeah, and it's okay.
And it's okay.
It's okay to let that go.
Yes.
I think that's
you're not missing out.
Yeah, I've been learning that a lot, like the past couple years. It's like it's okay to grow out of friendships. I think I'm the type of person that like holds on to something.
I feel that
for as long as I possibly can, and then it just gets exhausting.
Very.
So I think that like realizing it's okay to like let things go, friendship wise and like career wise as well, is so huge. But okay, obviously, I think I'm learning a lot about you today.
No, this is like, so fun. I'm like, do we have to have a time limit?
I'm like, can we just do this all day?
All day.
But you are like a very confident person in like who you are. But do you think that like that's something that you've always had, or is it something that you kind of like learned?
It's like a little bit of everything. I will say I've always had this very like I'm trying to find the word for it. Like it doesn't make sense, the confidence I've had in music. I've always had this like since I was a kid, I was like, oh yeah, like I'm going to sell out arenas. And then I got older and I was like, what gave me the confidence? But also I still believe it in my heart.
Yeah.
It's never been a matter of like, will it happen? It's always been when and how.
Yeah.
Which is weird. I still don't understand it. I've like been in therapy, like, why do I have this confidence? Because nothing is promised to me. And I kind of have this tussle with it sometimes, but I just feel like it's this divine thing in me where like, this is what I'm born to do. And something in my soul is just like, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I work to meet that desire. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's always been a huge part of my life. But my confidence in who I am, oh my God, no. That was a very, very recent thing. I was always very afraid of being annoying because I'm not nonchalant. I was always very afraid of being annoying. And I was very, very, very afraid of people's opinions, especially in high school. I was homeschooled until my freshman year of high school. So I went into high school and I was like, I need everybody to like me. And as soon as the first person didn't like me, I was just like, my world crumbled. Like I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So it's been a recent occurrence.
Yeah. No, honestly, I'm the same way where it's like me being confident in my career. I'm the same where I was like, I don't know what it was, but I always knew that I was going to do something like this when I got older. I still don't know what it's really going to be. But
it's the weirdest thing.
It's very strange because people are like, are you like stressed? Like, like about like what's gonna happen. I was like, no.
I'm like, no, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You can't, people who aren't that way, you can't explain it to them. No. So I love that you feel that too, because it's like, I don't have words to describe the feeling.
And it's like, sure, I'm stressed about my future sometimes, but I'm like, not really, because I know it's gonna happen. I'm just like, I'm pretty content until it does. Like, you know, I think like slowing down and like really just like appreciating where you are right now.
Yeah.
But I am the same, where it's like in myself, like I think like it's a completely different thing.
For sure.
But it's also, you know, we're so young still, and you're still like figuring it out. But then like also being in this industry and being in the public eye, you feel like you kind of need to.
Yeah, because you see somebody else who's a year younger, it feels like they're ahead, and it's like, what am I doing wrong? No, but it's like, hey, maybe it's just not your time yet. Because I also feel like right when I signed off of Idol, I was 17. I put together my first project, and I was so convinced that if everything would have come to me, that I was ready. But now that it's been, 2 years, I look back at it, I'm like, the music wasn't ready, I wasn't ready, my live performance wasn't ready, my guitar playing wasn't ready. Like, you can see it in hindsight. So not to be down on yourself, but also just to understand, like, there is so much growth to be had. And if you think that you're in a good place now, like, imagine where you're going to be taken in the next couple of years.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, it's always like, oh, where do you think you'll be in 5 years? And I'm always like, oh, it's so far away. And like, but like, I don't know, like, I think 5 years before, I would have never imagined that I was here either. Like, and again, I thought I had it all figured out then, and I didn't. I don't have it all figured out now, and I don't think I ever will. But like, I don't know, you're slowly like growing and changing, and I don't know, I love what you're saying about like, it's going to be your time when it's your time. And I think just like being confident in that is so huge. And with confidence, do you think it's like something that you can practice and like grow into, or is it something that it's kind of like, I don't know, like what are things
that's
that
a
you
good
do
question.
To like practice, not like practice your confidence, but like kind of.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I mean, I'm put in these rooms where one of the hard things for me in high school was ironically, I was a shapeshifter. To make everybody still like me at high school and to still have friends, I made myself very small because I didn't want people to think I'd gotten arrogant or I had changed. And then I would leave school, drive to Nashville, go to a writing session with these amazing hit songwriters, and I would have to like be as big as I could be to prove to them that I was good enough to be in there.
Right.
So I think like that was almost, shouldn't do that. But I think it was kind of a practice in confidence for me, not in high school because that was horrible. Would never go back. But in the writing rooms, like having to be like, I deserve to be here, so let's rise. Like, I'm in this room for a reason. They took this writing session for a reason. They wouldn't take it if they thought I sucked.
Right.
And so I think confidence can be a practice, but I just feel like, to anybody listening, it gets so much better after high school. I just need to say that.
It's so true.
I truly, anytime somebody's like, I love high school, I would go back to high school, I'm like, I don't want to be friends. You probably made it suck for somebody else.
Yeah, honestly, I think I was homeschooled from 6th grade like on.
Yeah.
But even like not even being in school, like those.
Just that age is awful. Yeah. You're trying to figure yourself out. Puberty's wicked. Like it's
so hard, and it gets so much better. Like after even like the past like couple months, I feel like has been such like a huge change. And I'm like, not to be like whatever, but like as soon as I turned 18, I was like, first couple months was like, what is going on?
But you get to make decisions for yourself, and you get to decide who you hang out with. It's not forced upon you.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's definitely scary. I remember the day I turned 18, I was like, oh my God, like it's over.
Yeah.
Like, my life is over. I'm an adult. But like, it's so much fun, like growing into like the person that you are, and like just like seeing all your friends do the same, I think is also so cool.
Yeah.
And, like, it does get so much better. I think that people don't realize that, but like it really does. And I know it's like hard like hearing it because like everybody
it doesn't make sense when you hear it, but then once you leave, you're like, oh, I see.
Yeah, like I understand the world's so much like bigger than like you even like thought.
Yeah.
I love that so much. Okay, my favorite thing about this podcast is at the end of every episode, I have this thing called Dear Pressley, where I created this like space where anybody can come and write in and talk about anything they're going through, ask for advice, or just I wanted to create a community that like people knew that like you're not alone in like all of this, and like
I love that
we're all real people. So I pick like one for each episode that I like to
cute.
read.
I love it.
About. So yeah, this is like from like a real person that like wrote in. It says, it's so annoying seeing everyone's perfect body on TikTok and stuff, because ever since I was little, I was struggled with body image and get made fun of. and it struggled to change my body to the standards that people like, even though there shouldn't be standards. I only ever wear baggy clothes because it's so annoying seeing everyone else on social media. Is there any advice that you would give me to help grow out of that? I can't even read.
Hey,
Sorry.
English is hard sometimes.
You get
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, that makes my heart hurt. But second of all, I've been there. Same. I will say, like, I really struggled with body image growing up, but I struggled because people, like, always kind of came at me like, you're too skinny. You need to eat more. And I, like, ate as much as my 6'3" dad. Like, and it was so frustrating to me. I was so insecure about how skinny I was. And then I would start hearing about other people being insecure for how curvy they were, when all I wanted, girl, I've been waiting for these boobs to come in for years and they never came. Okay. So like that, I remember being so confused. And so I think like putting things in perspective of like what you're insecure about is something that somebody's like just wishing they had.
Yeah.
I remember the first time my like best friend from high school, who was like stunning, every single boy in the school wanted her, was like, yeah, like you have my dream body. And I was like, excuse me? Like I was so confused. So I think understanding that like there's a beauty standard, but like, oh my gosh, there's been so many moments where I've been like, if I could just have her body, but then I would talk with her and she'd be like, I hate my body. I'm like, for what? I think it's just everybody wants what they don't have.
I was literally going to say the exact same
thing.
And
I also think like, sure, whatever, beauty standard screw that. I hate that. Yeah. But like, if you are happy, if you are healthy, if you are doing what makes you like feel genuine joy and passion, who cares? You're going to die and nobody is going to think about what your stomach looked like. Do you know what I mean?
True.
Oh my God, there was a moment after tour where I was like complaining to my mom about the way my stomach would look in certain photos of me singing. And she was like, Haven, like, what? And it's so true. Like, people aren't going to remember what your hair looked like or how beautiful your body was. They're going to remember how you made them feel.
Yeah.
So take some of that weight off of yourself because it's just not fair. Like, so stupid. I don't follow people online for their body. I follow people that I think are funny and cool and have something important to say.
100%. I agree. I mean, I grew up as a dancer, so like, we all know how that is with like looking
mirrors
at
everywhere.
And, it's just a whole thing. So it was definitely something I struggled with also. Yeah. And like went on Dance Moms and I had a whole thing like it was like a disaster and like obviously it was like brought up to the public eye about these issues as well. So it's like that's been like a huge thing for me, and like even hearing you talk about that makes me feel so much better as well, because it's like, sure, I've gotten over it a little bit, but it's always something that's kind of like in the back of your head. And yeah, I agree. I think it's so much more important like who you are as a person versus how you look, whether it's your body, your hair, your skin, your whatever. It literally does not matter.
It doesn't. I don't care at all what people look like. I'm like, if your energy is cool, I love you, and I think you're the coolest. And if 100%. You like, I don't know, like there's certain fashion things that people wear and I'm like, I would never wear that, but then they're cool as hell and I'm like, yeah, you look awesome. Do you know what I mean? Like 100%. It's just, and also surround yourself with the right people, because if you're around people who are putting all this pressure on you and your body, they're not the people you should be around.
No.
At all.
100%.
You should be around people that hype you up. Even like one of my dearest friends, one time we were at a Pilates class trying to not die, and she, at the end of the class, I was like walking up to say your abs looked so good, and she was complaining about her stomach, and I was like, life doesn't make sense.
No, it really doesn't. Like, I think that the people that you compare yourself to are also feeling the same way as you, comparing themselves to other people.
It's an endless cycle.
It's a cycle, and it's just like it's so frustrating, and it's just like, yeah, I think you just have to embrace, again, a huge thing we've been talking about is just embracing who you are, and like, you are who you are for a reason, and like,
absolutely, there's only one you, like, truly. I mean, it can be frustrating and scary sometimes, but like, there can, there's a million singers, there's only one Haven Madison, there's only one Pressley.
Yeah, exactly.
And just remembering that.
Yeah. Well, this was amazing.
This was so fun.
I feel like I just got free therapy. And
that was a fun kiki,
I'm like set up for the day. I'm like, hey, great vibes.
Ready.
I'm not going to be mad when I hit traffic leaving.
Period.
Because it's not good, it's bad. It just
that part. That's
is.
how I feel about my red eye tonight. It's not good, it's bad.
It just is.
It is.
It just is. And that is how I'm going to go about my day.
I love that.
Hope every day, but definitely today.
Yes.
Well, if you want to tell everyone where they can find you,
your
songs,
absolutely.
anything.
Yeah. Again, my name is Haven Madison. All my social media is either Haven Madison or Haven Madison Sings. And I love to overshare and be very stupid. It's a very safe space. It's a safe haven, whatever. No pun intended. And all my music is under Haven Madison. And there's a lot of cool stuff coming.
Yay, new singles.
Hey!
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you guys for listening or watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye.